I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
And
somebody has to give me the signs for the if I'm not close enough. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to stop.
It's all right. Someone's playing with the microphone. I can hear it.
Are we?
What?
Someone was moving the microphone.
All right, dude. I stopped playing with my microphone as soon as I stepped through your door.
Keep doing it and it'll bleed. Roll the music.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of In Our Honest Opinion. I am one of your hosts, Will. Some of you may still know me as the Iron Witch, but joining me as usual is
Marvin.
I heard Jared. Like, as soon as you popped it, I was like, "Say Jared," but Marvin.
Warface.
It took him out of it, man.
Hey, he got it right.
He did get it right.
Yeah.
Did he look it up? Did you look it up before you got here?
No.
I hope you did.
No.
You knew it.
Dude, I got it. Warface, dude.
Well, he remembered it now, especially after last time.
Yeah.
Are we checking audio levels to make sure we got all humans going?
I think so.
And speaking of all humans, we've got a returning guest, the first guest of 2019 of season 2.
Hey, I'm honored.
Reintroduce yourself.
If y'all remember, my name is Brandon.
This is 2019, Brandon.
It is.
Oh, is it? It's a
Yes.
different Brandon.
Yes.
Are you wearing different Mark armor or
No.
no?
You know, I'm still rocking the Mark 6. Doing what I do, just doing it in 2019.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Conservative.
And what's cool about this? You are not dead to me.
Hey.
Who is dead to
Ooh.
you, by the way?
Well, we know him as the Daywalker.
Ooh.
I was wondering if he was gonna
Rough.
call him out right on here.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He's dead.
Yeah, you're dead. Sorry, Daywalker.
But for those of you
He is dead.
who are alive,
He's dead.
Marvin, you've got that was a great.
That was a great
poetry.
scene.
Yeah, it was. But anyways, you've got something to tell people who do still have a pulse.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Taser Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is there more? Oh, okay. Yeah. Can you give us a 5-star rating
There
and
it
a written
is.
text review?
Woo!
Because if you do that, what will that supply us, guys?
digital hugs.
Yes.
Oh, we love
Big
digital.
Digital
ones.
hugs.
Like
big,
big digital bear
Engorged
hugs.
digital hugs. We're talking your veins will be popping.
I was waiting. I was like, are we going the vein route this time around?
Yeah.
I feel like I need a cigarette after this.
You
Veins
walk
in your
funny.
arms because you're
You'll
so
walk funny
vascular.
for a
Could you
little
lift, bro?
It's funny because Brandon is probably wondering, he's there like, what in the world happened to this podcast?
No, man, you guys are still going strong.
Yeah.
I feel at home. The
Indeed.
table is at a different angle than the last
Yeah,
time I
Yeah.
was here, I
yeah.
feel like, but it's
We were
actually
like, that was the only change that really mattered, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And of course, we're going strong. We always go strong.
Exactly.
Strong and hard.
I go hard. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
go strong so much.
Yeah.
I'm a little weak. I don't
I
really
ain't
hit the
mad at
weights.
you. Gotta go hard in the paint.
Exactly.
All day, every day.
That's where I
Exactly.
go hard, in the paint.
Yes. James
But-
Harden.
But yes, as Marvin was saying, all those
We're a
digital
sports
hugs.
podcast now.
Are we? Are
Yes.
We though?
Go sports.
You're gonna carry all of that. by
No,
the way.
Brandon will be
Brandon's gonna
carrying-
carry it? I was about to say.
I'm just a guest. I can't.
I don't even know what's in season right now.
Yeah, I was about to,
Watermelons.
I saw-
They're in season.
Basketball is right now. They're in the
Basketball's
playoffs.
Is it a little-
Playoffs?
Is it a little messed up that I heard Watermelons and I thought I was all like, what team does he play for?
Oh. He was just drafted, man. From Kentucky.
Oh, that's borderline. That was close. That was close. And that's why we keep our PG-13 rating.
Exactly.
Remember, guys, you can
Walk
always find us on
Walk the line.
in our
Fine
honestopinion.com. Good God. Let's start with comments.
Point made.
That was good. That was a good callback. That was good. I'll give you that.
Only two of us got that.
Yeah.
Well-
Anyways, we do have comments on YouTube from Opus Garza. I didn't see anything else on Twitter. I didn't see anything on Instagram. So let's start with Mr. Garza said, I still don't understand the Sonic concept. Sonic was a game where you ran around a speed track, rolled up in a ball, and collected coins. Oh, yeah. And there was a boss to Mario bounce on. So what's the plot? Plus, they're taking the speedster logic straight out of Fox's version of Quicksilver. As far as his design, I agree it looks bad, but what do you expect from a 64-bit 2D character translated into CGI? They made him look just like he looked in the Cartoon Network's cartoon and the comics. You guys have shared your opinions on Sonic. Did you see the Sonic trailer, Brandon?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I did.
How'd you feel about? First off, are you a Sonic fan?
The game?
The game,
Yes.
yeah. Old school. Sorry,
The character?
before we move on, exactly
Yes,
to the new
very,
stuff.
very, very big
The
fan
Seattle
of old school
Supersonics. Are you a fan?
Shout out to the Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a big fan of
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog, yes.
Okay, and so seeing the new trailer, you've seen it,
I have.
and how do you feel?
That's a big question. PG-13, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I dropped the F-bomb on accident.
When?
2 episodes ago.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. And I studied digital art in college.
Okay.
And as a digital artist, like I have an appreciation for what they were trying to accomplish, but there are certain things that you just don't take that much artistic license
Liberty. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when the Universal Mario movie comes out eventually, Nintendo will have so much in it that it will look like you're playing a Mario game, which is what I wanted from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Okay.
But as a parent who watches these Sonic cartoons with his child, they've been going this way for a long time.
Is there a current Sonic cartoon? Right?
Yes.
There is? Do any of you guys watch this?
I've seen a
I've seen
couple
it on
of them. Some of them were actually kind of funny.
It's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, is
Okay.
the CG one is on Netflix?
Not the CG. Or
There's a CG one?
where,
Yeah.
where Sonic's in like a band with two other
Oh, yeah, I
hedgehogs.
remember that one.
And then there's another one where Sonic follows around like a normal human boy, and they get into all
What?
kinds
That
of
I did not know about.
Really?
Yeah.
The CG one was the one that was on Cartoon Network, where it was like the new design,
That
where you had the
is
bandages,
new design, yeah. That
and Knuckles is like Diesel. Yeah,
Did they do him like they did my
Oh,
boy
yeah.
Gizmo
Bro.
Duck?
yeah,
You got them all swole up?
yeah.
It's. I'm not sure what the word is. I'm
Sonic
searching for.
Boom,
Yeah,
the
that's
TV
it.
series. There it is. Sonic Boom.
Like people freaked out because he has blue arms in there.
I'm trying to find an image. All I'm getting is there we go. Sonic Boom season 2. Season 3's coming.
Look at him. He's like,
Yeah,
Oh
he's
yeah.
huge compared to the rest of the like.
Yeah.
cast.
definitely skip leg day though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the actual Sonic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like now, you could throw that in the movie, and I would.
I wouldn't be mad at
I
it.
wouldn't
You're
be
right.
mad at
I mean,
it,
it looks
you
like
know?
Sonic.
It's not going to fit in real world.
The one they created doesn't
that's
fit.
the issue.
You're right. You're
That
right.
if that was the
If that was
the
in it,
Knuckles
I
that they
mean,
put in
that'd
there, I'd
be-
watch it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've seen they have, if you look into
The
it, they have some
hell?
fan made edits where they make it
Look good.
look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen some of that, and I mean, fingers crossed they do tweak the design. But overall, right? If you take the design away, as far as the movie goes, how's the film look to you?
I'm getting a very 1990s vibe.
That, which I think they were going for.
Yeah, like it's old school Jim Carrey is how I feel.
Yeah.
It's Kangaroo Jack. I mean that's what it reminds me of.
I'm so glad
If
I've never seen that movie.
Only it was Warriors
It'll
of
be
Virtue.
like I won't lie to you. I'm definitely gonna pay for it and buy a ticket and take my child to see it.
Gotcha. Thank you.
But I'm not thrilled. But I'm happy to hear that they're redesigning it as a fan of Sonic. But I'm not too. It's not exactly like a plot heavy. You know, I'm not going to see it as I'm not as excited about it as I am about other films coming out in terms of the plot of the movie.
Yeah. And I agree. In last episode we talked about this. It gave us that Super Mario Brothers like vibe, and so we've all got copies of that we're gonna end up watching.
Yup.
And we're gonna end up signing a copy to give away to a listener. So we'll end up giving the contest rules next episode.
Okay, so you're saying about the plot of Sonic. I mean, does it matter? There's plenty of movies that don't really have much of a plot that make a lot of money.
I feel like that's an
agree with
Avengers Endgame jab.
What?
Yeah, I feel that's what that is too.
Is it?
That's exactly
Or
what that,
or either that or Critters.
I mean, I don't
I'd
know if
stand
I was
corrected.
intentionally jabbing the Avengers or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Well, I agree with what you're saying. Like from a business standpoint, you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that's just designed to make money to get people in there sitting down.
Yeah.
Right.
This
But
is,
I mean, Sonic is not that movie though.
No, it's
No. Far
but
from it.
again, and it'll probably sound very fanboyish to a lot of people, but that the Sonic the Hedgehog fandom, like the more egregious fans, you rile them up very, very easily, and they're a hard person to please. Oh yeah, well he hasn't, in my opinion, outside of Sonic Mania, he hasn't had a good game since
Sonic 3?
97.
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Sonic Adventure?
Probably Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, I mean,
would you say 2 was up there?
2?
Ooh.
Sonic Adventure 2 came out
2
in
was
01.
good. Sonic Adventure 2,
yeah.
I liked it.
It's a good game, but it's one of those things that one of your listeners could probably debate you for hours.
So what
quality
you're
of
inferring
Sonic.
is Sonic Heroes was not a good game.
You start.
Oh, wait. What was that one where New Sonic met Old Sonic?
Sonic
Generations.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one. I will say that.
Sonic Generations?
Sonic Generations.
Like Sonic
see what that
Adventure
came
2, I was fine with. It's Sonic running to like hair metal. So
It was good.
I mean,
Yeah.
It was
Sonic
what it
06.
was,
Sonic
Now-
06.
Yeah,
Where-
that's the
where,
one that divided a lot of
Yeah,
people.
that killed a lot of stuff.
Where the human woman has fallen for him.
Yes.
And it was like a Howard the
Duck.
Duck
Yeah,
that's
kind
exactly what
It
of
was
situation.
Howard the Duck.
Well, I hope he got it.
And maybe Shadow will get his day in the sunlight one
He
more
did.
time. Again.
Speaking
He had a
of
motorcycle
odd,
and a gun, bro.
Speaking of odd things,
Odyssey.
I actually just watched Short Circuit.
Again?
I just watched it.
One or two. Remember, I watched both of them, like a month ago?
Right, but I watched the first one.
Okay.
How about Johnny Five hitting on Ali Sheedy?
Hey, man. Ali Sheedy's worth hitting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but John,
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say, maybe 80s me is...
Yeah.
what it is.
it's
But-
just kind of one of those things. Like the 80s had a lot of awkward.
Yeah, a lot of
like-
people just trying to get it on
The
with
80s was a very
robots
different time.
and
Yeah,
It
aliens.
was a weird time, man.
They were
It's
really checking
very,
yeah,
very
they-
different
it's
time.
like, oh,
They're
is
exploring his sexuality.
is
That's
she
okay.
is she somewhat attractive? All right, let's have a robot hit on her. Let's have a duck hit on her.
Yeah.
What did he say?
What about a robot and duck?
Gizmo duck.
Yeah.
Yes. Diesel Gizmo Duck or
Yeah,
classic?
that Diesel
Gizmo
Gizmo Duck
Classic?
comes off more like frat boy.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
what I mean? I feel like he's gonna put something in her drink.
Ooh.
And,
Invite her up to
not a
play
fan.
some Nintendo 64 and then,
yeah, exactly.
here, drink this.
Yeah.
It smell like chloroform to you?
I gotta say, I'm just happy you guys got 2 Gizmo Duck references in, and like, I'm proud of y'all for that.
It had to be like less than a minute.
Yeah.
Good job, boys. And thank you, Opus Garza,
About a minute, par for course.
for sparking that with
Spiking it.
yeah, for spiking our conversation with the Sonic concept. The last thing that we've got on here from the same Opus Garza, he said, Marvin, you need your own pod on the sidetrack, bro. You need to analyze the movies and comics coming out with all your knowledge. Appreciate the love.
Yes, definitely appreciate love. We'll see what's cooking up. What we're cooking up in the kitchen. Jesse, we need to cook.
Marvin's got some stuff in the works, and of course, Opus, we appreciate all the Ioho love.
Definitely.
Whatchamacallit, looking to expand the Ioho network as we continue on. Right?
Yeah.
So, those are all the comments I've got on there. Shall we move on to the meat, I guess, of the Jeez, there's so much.
Oh, that wasn't the meat.
No, man. Let's start off with...
What are you slathering up now?
This is an 80s film, right, that I'm a huge fan of. I thought it was actually a really good movie that's getting a reboot. You guys know which one? It's going to be an all-female
I know exactly what you're talking
retelling of a classic film.
Well, I just ruined it.
Say it.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
about now. I totally misunderstood what he said, and I was just like, am I going to have to edit that?
Was Cliffhanger the 80s?
Yeah, it was 90s.
I want to say it's 90s.
It was the
It
90s.
was Super
like
NES
early
had a
80s.
game.
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
What? Okay, Cliffhanger. And for those, which I feel are a lot of our listeners who are much younger, came out 93. It was a film starring Sylvester Stallone, where it starts off, he's trying to save somebody, right, who's stuck on the side of a mountain. That individual falls and dies, and it's the wife of his best friend.
Spoiler alert. Jeez.
Yeah, it's in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Man.
I don't feel like that.
That's exactly what I heard. I just heard the first
with.
part though.
Yeah.
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 That's exactly what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Ah,
Yeah, you see it now?
I'm sure that exists.
I'm sure it does also.
I'm positive
If it
that
didn't, it
exists.
will.
Yeah.
That's
Rule
gonna be,
34.
That's going to be a search for sure. Let's see who's starring
It's
in
gonna
that.
put you on a list,
Uh-huh.
You just imagine
Sylvester Stallone.
it's Stallone.
dude.
How much are you going
He
to
will reprise his role.
I think that's actually a pretty good name, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he start off?
Yes, he
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
did.
Yes, he did.
10 points to anyone who can name the film.
Oh,
What?
man, I knew this.
And it was a running joke.
Never
on,
saw it, but I knew this.
on that
He was a
Netflix
plumber.
show, Big Mouth.
Wasn't he?
No.
I want to say he was a pizza guy.
Was he a pizza guy? Was something hung or something? I don't know.
Nope. Oh my gosh.
Cobra. I love that movie.
Over the top.
Also a good movie.
Oh, I was wrong. I thought I knew the right name, but it was. There it is. It's called The Party at Kitty and Studs. If that doesn't sound like porn.
That
1970. Wow, starring Sylvester Stallone in his film debut. You get to see some.
Throw Mama from the Train. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Italian.
The Italian Stallion. Yep.
So he didn't perform.
Wow.
He was just in it.
No. I think supposedly, like, you actually see full frontal of Stallone.
Did
in
he
that
actually?
Film.
Oh wow.
This went left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
How about that Sonic?
Yeah. It's curving to the left a little bit.
We gotta.
Anyway, so back to Cliffhanger. Did you guys watch?
With
You
an
guys
F.
all watched the original Cliffhanger, right?
I have seen
It's
it.
been
Never
a
saw it.
long
It's been a
time.
while.
Never saw it.
You've never seen Cliffhanger?
never seen it.
Really?
But I am aware of the
Premise?
Jim Carrey
Yeah,
Ace
Ace
Ventura
Ventura 2
parody.
did it better.
Yeah.
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 Ace Ventura 2 did it better.
With the
Okay.
with the
Okay.
with the raccoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cliffhanger is getting remade, all female cast. Why does it have to be a Cliffhanger reboot at that point? Why couldn't it just be
Something of its own.
exactly? Is how I feel about it.
I
Thoughts?
don't know. I'm tired of.
I
like,
think the reason why is just so they can try to ride off the coattails of Cliffhanger.
Exactly.
Because mountain climbing isn't really big right now.
But women can stand on their own 2 feet. Why do they need to ride the coattails of a film that doesn't matter?
Because the people who want money want to ride the coattails.
I mean,
They want to make sure this sells.
all of this stuff just to appeal. I mean, they have like gender swaps, race swaps. I mean, it's just whatever, dude.
Mrs. Doubtfire with an all-female cast.
Isn't that what the Medea films are?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's just
Right.
What'd he say?
Not nearly as
He
good.
said
but yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire, like race swapped. Like, isn't that the Medea films?
No, I said all-female cast for Mrs.
I was
Doubtfire.
gonna say I was
Yeah.
thinking Big Mama's house at that point.
Throw Mama from the Train Part 3.
That too. That not so much.
Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead.
I would watch that get remade as long as what's her name
Christina
came back as
Applegate?
the mom. Yeah. Yep.
I think a lot of stuff now is retelling. Almost
Yeah.
everything
Yes.
for the last 20 years is a
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, but why? But why do we
It's
have
retelling
to
the
have
comics.
it? Why do we have to have it as an official like reboot, remake, whatever? I mean, like Will was saying, why can't it just be something that's retitled into something else?
Because they want people to see it and they want to compare it to the original.
Is it justified?
yeah, and
I think production companies are like,
That's my question.
and-
because
and it worked out so well for Ghostbusters.
yeah,
It
And
did.
Ocean's 11. did they
Ocean's
rename it?
8.
It's
Ocean's 8,
Ocean's
yeah.
8. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
that
worked out
did-
well
yeah.
for that too.
well, yeah.
Kindergarten Cop.
And I feel like this can always
Part
be
two.
a touchy subject, right? Especially in whatever you want to call it, modern times, whatever.
Right.
With everything that has happened socially, right? With the change in women directors and the Me Too movement, with Kaepernick, like everything. There's just so much, right? That's happened in the past year. Like, I get it. I understand that this is part of that. Not fallout. Fallout makes it sound like it's a negative thing. It's
Movement.
not. But yeah, that. And
But-
so.
But is it an overcompensation?
And I think some things can be, and I know that we are. I know that we're like
Overcompensation is just funny.
you can. I know that we're kind
Focus.
of dancing on people's like it's a touchy subject. I get that,
Yes,
right? But
it
I
definitely
can
is.
like I don't feel bad saying that. Like, hey, like yeah, I don't think it needs to be tied to cliffhanger whatsoever. I feel like I'm allowed to. Or that they should be able to let it stand on its own 2 feet.
You are, but we also live in a time where if they were to make a movie about women, or if they were to make any movie, don't even put women in the equation, that was like about cliff hanging or mountain climbing or whatever it is, I feel like the community at large would just be like, oh, it's just a cliffhanger remake, or it's just with an all-woman class, they would be like, it's just a girl cliffhanger. You know what I mean? If they had done like an all-female heist movie, they'd have been like, it's just a all-female Ocean's 11 or whatever the case may be.
So you think they're getting out of the curve and dubbing it that?
I think they do that just because it actually helps a little bit with the marketing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it gets out in front of what a lot of people call the trolls, if you will.
But the worst part about this, the fact that the audience is not showing up to these movies. Their target audience is not showing up.
What's the target audience?
They're trying to gear these towards women, and women are not showing up to it. So, I mean, what's the point in doing these at that point?
Well, they're not. I don't think they're telling stories that stereotypically women want to hear, but I think they're trying to make a statement publicly about something that it's not working out, and it kind of is. It's a weird double-edged sword, you know,
double standard.
But it's not making money. That's the thing, is it's not making the money that they're trying to bank off this, and it's not working out.
That's the part that bothers me, right? Is because again, whether it's an all-female or all-male cast, like I don't care, right? It's whether or not the talent and the work, you know, is there. Exactly.
Right.
And so that's what sucks, is that I mean, and I at least I gave a semi-fair shot to like the female Ghostbusters movie.
No, you didn't.
And I watched it a few times, and I can tell you there are parts of it that are funny.
Right.
You said there were Chris Hemsworth parts.
I said Chris Hemsworth was funny. I did. But no, even what's her name from SNL, but
Anna Kendrick.
Like no.
Amelia Earhart.
Kristen Wiig?
No,
Wiig.
not Kristen Wiig.
Melissa McCarthy.
The other one, the nerd, the one that played Egon.
Something Jones.
I want to punch her.
Jessica Jones.
No. SNL cast.
Marlon Wayans.
Every time you say a name, the name comes in.
Further away. Kate McKinnon. I thought Kate McKinnon was
next.
hilarious. Yeah, sure. Kate McKinnon was hilarious in there as well. Like, I'm not a fan of Melissa McCarthy. So, like, no, she's not that funny. Kristen Wiig, I don't think is that funny either.
I think she's all right.
And I watched Bridesmaids.
She's hilarious as Lola Bunny.
I didn't think that movie was that. She was not the voice of Lola Bunny.
In the modern, like, the
was
new
Looney
Tunes.
Tunes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And that's the thing, is that this
the neurotic one,
actually came up on
the previous episode,
previous podcast where you were saying about it.
And she's hilarious.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And it went almost the same way.
Yeah.
But it's just if the movie's not,
I remember,
if it doesn't have, you know what I mean, like the work behind it, then it
hope
sucks.
remember you.
And it's all like, so don't ride the coattail. I mean, let's be completely. I enjoyed Cliffhanger for what it was. But, like, do you really want to tie something to that and be like, yes, we're doing Cliffhanger? It's like, the movie wasn't even that great, so let's calm down.
I mean, you can make that argument for my opinion.
A lot of
Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13 were not nearly as
good as 11. You're right.
And they did the same thing with Ocean's 8.
And they really shouldn't have.
So
I think Ocean's 8 was really a female casted version of Takers. Starring Hayden Christensen.
Christensen? I was about to say.
And T.I.P. Teal.
Gotcha. Oh, no.
It just seemed like the studios are wasting money on this, and they're expecting it to bank, and it's not going to.
I'm going to write my script for the gender swap of Sister Act 2. We're going to skip the first one. No, it's going to be Sister Act 2.
Oh, okay.
But it's just going to be all-male cast.
And
as nuns.
And
yes.
Let's make sure. Okay, we got to be nuns.
Yes.
And
starring Martin Lawrence.
I was about to say, I want to be...
And that's going to be the one that's on the DSP, correct?
Yes. Disney streaming platform.
Because remember, they're
for
doing
$7.99
like a reboot.
or $6.99.
$6.99. Yeah. Well, both. Well, let us know if you guys think Cliffhanger should happen, or your thoughts on an all-female retelling of it, Dave.
Or if Sister Act 2, Gender Bender, that's going to be subtitle, should happen.
We're going to have to work on that title.
I'm in for that. I'm suddenly very excited about it.
Channing Tatum will be Whoopi Goldberg's part.
Well, now I'm sold.
Yes.
I mean, hands down.
That's all you needed.
As long as he's using the half-assed country accent from Hateful Eight,
Yes.
where it's all like, "Are you even really trying, man?"
Exactly.
What
and he's also pretending he's Gambit.
Yeah.
What wasn't he in Kingsman 2 as well?
That's what
He
he was
was.
just referring to. Not Hateful Eight. It was Kingsman 2.
No, in Hateful
Was
Eight.
he in
but,
Hateful Eight?
but he was in Hateful Eight as
I don't
well.
even remember. I hated that movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
It was a Hateful
You should watch
9.
the miniseries.
No, hard pass, Big Shoots. I think I'm going to go ahead and skip out on
Have
that.
you watched Hateful Eight?
It,
You should. It's good.
it was actually a really good
Have you
movie.
seen Letterkenny?
One more time?
No.
You should watch Letterkenny. It's really good. It's on Hulu.
That look.
That doesn't sound...
No, it's pretty funny.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny. Just look up some of the skits on YouTube and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's a skit-based show?
Well, they have the cold open is usually a skit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next topic. This is a great film, in my opinion, from the 80s that had a... No, 80s? Late 80s? Early
89.
90s? 89? Is that when it came out?
No,
you know
wait.
what I'm talking about?
No,
I
not
don't even
89.
know.
I think it might be later than that.
But it had a terrible sequel that should have never happened.
Man, why are you blowing up the spot?
And it got a web miniseries that was actually pretty dang good. I'm talking about Mortal Kombat.
89.
It was 89?
Mortal Kombat
Oh,
was
no.
89.
I'm thinking of
no.
a different
Mortal
movie.
Kombat.
Oh, what were
My
you
apologies.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was
We'll
the
move on to
90s.
that next.
It was.
Okay.
It was.
I got to
90
make more puns.
It was 95, right?
Mortal Kombat
I want to say it was 95.
movie.
I loved that movie.
95?
At the time.
Nice job.
I still do.
I still do. It's good bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. The sequel was so much better.
Can I push him out of that?
Yes. You can
Don't
give him
you
his
touch me.
annihilation.
There was
Oh, you disrespectful mother...
Finish him.
They had a TV show on
They had a couple
for a
TV
couple
shows.
seasons.
They had the live action one starring Kung
Yes.
Lao.
The one with Kung Lao. Which
And then they
we've
had the
spoken on.
animated series on USA.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm just gonna say my comment was toasty.
Nice. You're a real noob, Cybot.
I'm starting to regret this friendship.
Oh,
Bastards.
I have no Mortal Kombat puns. I'm backing out of this.
Smart man.
I got nothing.
All right,
Johnny
so-
Cage.
Just a name drop. Did any of you guys watch the web series from a couple years back?
I saw
I did. That was
part
the
of
one
it.
With, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
No, cut him off.
Michael Jai White.
He was.
Yeah. He
Jax.
played Jax. Yeah.
I thought that was really
Michael
well
Jai
done.
White, known for a Crooked Man.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he was in it.
Okay, so you guys are gonna
And
have
Blood
to
and Bone.
remind me when I do the 31 Nights of Frights this year
To do
That-
Mortal Kombat
that-
Legacy is what it was called.
that I'm gonna have to do Crooked Man.
Crooked Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marvin won't let you forget
Hey
that.
Siri, remind me October 1st to have Adam do Crooked Man 31 Nights of Fright.
Flights. 31 Nights of Flights. It's like nothing but airplanes.
All right. What did you like about, or what did you think about the Mortal Kombat Legacy?
I thought it was good. I thought it was well done. I think, as a fan of the franchise and as a fan of the series of games and movies
Yeah.
as a whole,
Okay.
I thought it was entertaining. I like to see stuff like that that's done by people who at least claim
To be
to be
fans,
fans of it versus just people who are trying to get $1.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, hopefully this guy was a fan of Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Definitely.
Did any of you guys? Did you guys watch it? I forgot it moved over to Machinima. They're the ones who picked it up because
Yeah.
I think they released like a trailer first.
I only saw the trailer.
Like a concept short film or whatever, and then that's
Yeah.
what got picked up for the whole like 2 seasons.
Right.
Do you know if Machinima took all that down in the Machinima?
In the Great Fall of Machinima.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
You can actually, I mean,
19
buy
episodes.
the Legacy set.
You can?
Like Legacy 1 and 2 is on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
I know that.
I did not know that. Oh yeah, there it is. But it is still on YouTube from what it says here. So
cool.
If you want to watch a better one, watch the Street Fighter one.
I was gonna say, like, a lot of that stuff is great. The Street Fighter Assassin's Fist was amazing.
That was
I don't remember
awesome.
that.
Oh, it's excellent.
I feel like I might have
10 episodes, I want to say.
Yeah.
And it was just really well done.
What was it? Street Fighter what now?
Assassin's Fist.
Assassin's Fist. All right. Anyways, so and you guys watched the Mortal Kombat stuff as well? Fans of it at all?
Yeah, not as much now, but I was.
I liked the choreography. I think it's one of those things that I enjoyed. The story I think got a little hokey towards the end. Season 2 wasn't as strong as season 1.
No. You got hokey towards the end.
Yeah.
Zing.
Yeah, you're right. But anyways, so that was supposed to be turned into a film. That was way back in like 2014, 15, somewhere around there. It's finally going to get shot this year. They said that they're shooting in the fall. I didn't see anyone tied to it though. Like at all. I didn't see a director. You guys interested in another Mortal Kombat film?
Only if Norm Macdonald plays Liu Kang.
I'm definitely going to need Michael Jai White to stay on playing Jax.
Yeah.
The more Black Dynamite I get in my life.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Adam Sandler,
May 15,
he could be Scorpion.
Is the release date?
Yep.
You just imagine
With no...
Here it is.
doing his Adam
by
Sandler stuff.
Yes.
Gareth Evans and James Wan. James Wan, the horror director, James Wan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shabba-dee-doo.
That's
Shampoo is better.
That would be the best Scorpion.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I know, but you could imagine it. He would do like the cross-eyed where he's looking upwards.
That was a fantastic Billy Madison.
Yeah.
I really thought Adam was in the room here for a split second.
Adam is in the room.
I was going to say, he is.
Adam's in the building.
He also analyzes.
Oh, he does.
He does.
Head over to adamanalyzes.com or to NR. Both of those are real websites.
Just going to do an entire episode as Adam Sandler.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
We need to do an episode in voices, and no one can break character at any point. I'd like to see if you guys can pull that off.
That would be incredibly
This is what
tough.
I do every time we podcast.
Yeah. No, this is you, or this is us, which got greenlit for another 3 seasons.
Oh God, my heart can't take it.
Yeah,
that's too much sadness.
Is this like a Game of Thrones thing where if I say I've never seen it, people will beat me in the streets?
No.
They'll
be like, you haven't wept hard enough in life. You haven't experienced
I've
true
not
trauma.
Seen This Is Us.
Oh man, it's a good show, but it is a tearjerker.
Cool.
It is a tearjerker.
I mean, sure, but I don't think it's gonna deliver big fish like tears, like I just recently had.
Yeah.
You know what I think they should do in the final season of This Is Us? Big battle.
They should have a big battle.
Big old battle.
Yeah.
Big battle. I mean,
orcs.
Then Will is gonna watch it.
Whites.
What? Whites. Oh god, that got racist fast.
I meant the undead.
Yeah, sure. You
Seriously.
I haven't watched it either.
Okay. I have to be on the outside of an inside joke because I'm lost.
No, it was
Lost is a different show.
Great show.
Yeah. Yeah. Started off great.
Sorry, I got carried away.
Ended terribly.
Yeah. Pulled the trigger a little too fast on that one. Big shoots.
I'm going to disagree.
So let's switch to our next topic. This is the one that I think you were trying to guess, and I'll let you take it from here.
Oh, why are you going to blow up my spot?
Just like the kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you going to blow up the kid?
That's
Kaboom.
yeah, exactly.
House.
There you go. There you go. Honey, I Shrunk the Kid is a movie from... When did Honey, I Shrunk
89.
It was 89? Okay.
And it had the Roger Rabbit short
starring
on the
Rick
tape.
Moranis.
Remember that?
Roger Rabbit
the short?
was with the baby, right?
Yeah.
And
what was the name of the skit?
Herman?
The Baby Herman short.
Baby Herman short, yeah.
also, guess what? Stuart Gordon was going to direct it at one point. Stuart Gordon is the director of...
Big Bang Theory?
Reanimator.
Oh, that was my next guess.
No.
That was
Kate McKinnon.
That was my next guess.
Did you just drop an F-bomb?
No. I don't think
PG-13. You get one.
That's true, as long as it's not sexual.
The F-bomb stands
noting
for
the time
fart,
just in case.
right?
Yes.
Will dropped a fart bomb.
Show enough did. But no, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was starring Rick Moranis, and it was the story of a scientist whose it wasn't supposed to be a shrinking ray initially, right? But that's what it turned into.
No, I think it was always.
I thought it was.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
He couldn't get it to work. Baseball flies in through the window, right? Knocks it on the side, and then shrinks the kids. I enjoyed the first one, and then after that, it was Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, right? Where the baby gets huge.
Yeah.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yeah.
And then Honey,
Ourselves.
And then there was a TV
I think
show.
I saw that, but I don't remember.
There was a
any
TV
of it.
show, yeah.
The
And
Honey,
then
We
there
Shrunk
was,
But, well, number 3 was actually direct to video. So.
Oh, that
Yeah.
could be why.
And Rick
Yep.
Moranis was in it.
He was, right?
Yes.
I think I vaguely remember him on the box cover.
And then Home Alone 4.
Definitely not the same world. And that was
Which
terrible.
which
Moranis in
actually
that?
exists.
What?
Was Moranis in that?
No.
Only in our hearts.
I think Scarlett Johansson was.
Probably.
wasn't she? Yeah, I think she was in that one.
I wouldn't doubt it.
She was in one of them. It was bad. Maybe it was 5. Yeah, whatever. So this movie's getting a spin-off, right? With Josh Gad playing the son. Nerdy little son or whatever. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not mad at this idea. I think Josh Gad's a funny enough guy. And I don't see this being like a blockbuster hit, but I could see it being semi-entertaining.
I'm going to tell you, I do not care for Josh Gad.
No?
So, yeah, I don't like it.
No fans of this at all? How about you?
I don't think he's funny.
I don't know. I don't dislike Josh Gad. I think Josh Gad gets a lot of credit for being Olaf, which
Yeah, that's where he's getting most of my credit from.
I mean,
He did a decent job with LeFou, and that's a movie that I thought was terrible.
I'm not familiar with that one. I'm not gonna
Beauty
lie.
and the Beast, live action.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't watch that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for you.
It wasn't.
Good for you.
Yeah,
I think for me, the
Thank
part I
you.
struggled with that was because I know how the song sounded and he didn't sound
And they
right.
didn't sound right.
I went to Disney World and they did like a 5-minute preview of like the beginning of the movie.
Oh,
where
did they?
You could go
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
tour and see all this, and I saw the first 5 minutes of it, and
You checked out.
wasn't for me.
Smart man.
Wasn't
Yeah.
for me.
You know, and I'm going to touch on while we're talking about Disney stuff. I heard part of the Genie song.
Yeah.
Will Smith did it on, I think,
Yeah,
Jimmy Kimmel or
No, it
Jimmy
was
Fallon.
Fallon.
And I'm
The
gonna,
Roots were playing.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, it didn't sound terrible.
It didn't.
I
I don't think the movie's going to be as bad as people think.
I couldn't hear it in the trailer. I thought A Whole New World didn't sound too bad, and so I actually heard that. I think they released a music video for
Zayn?
that. Yeah, by Zayn.
I don't know who that is.
I didn't think that
No.
was too bad. I still think it's not a person. I thought it was just letters.
I thought it was Billy Zane.
Before whoever it says featuring,
Yeah.
Zayn featuring whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think that sounded bad. And so, I mean, with that being said, Josh Gad could sing his way through this movie, I guess.
I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I don't think a musical Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is gonna fly
No, it's
past
not. I'm
anybody.
just
I
kidding.
was a fan of the original. I wasn't too keen on any of the sequels. Shout out to Wayne Zielinski. I think that was his last name.
It was. It was.
But
I love the Disney ride.
Is that his?
I have a lot of faith in Disney to take something and take. I don't want to say he's nothing, but to take something unexpected and do something great with it. Like, people expect Aladdin and not necessarily The Lion King, but a lot of the Disney stuff to flop, and it all succeeds to an extent. Now, with that being said, I haven't seen Dumbo. Don't know how
I heard that one
did.
didn't do that well.
No,
But-
that one didn't.
Danny DeVito acted his heart out, but I don't think he was able to carry it.
Probably going to wind up buying Dumbo
Yeah.
in a steelbook. And
I
I'm
don't
not
doubt it.
joking.
I don't doubt it. When would we ever think you were joking about buying a steelbook?
No, I'm.
First off, that's not joking territory.
No, that is not. That is just fact.
But is there some sentimental value there that we don't know of?
It's Tim Burton, and
okay.
and aesthetically, it looks like
Anesthesia.
Tim Burton, yeah.
aesthetically, it looks like a
Tim Burton film.
like it would be in the same world as maybe Big Fish. So
Gotcha.
And Lucy.
That's why. Yes, and Lucy.
I'm so
You know,
glad you didn't touch that.
I'm looking up Josh Gad's
Lucy was Tim
Filmography?
Burton?
filmography.
What?
And
Lucy was Tim Burton?
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
he
just
does that
like
a lot.
That looks nothing like Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, no.
Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham
Exactly.
Carter weren't in it.
They should make a sequel to Lucy called Lucy, the Good Movie.
Yeah, Josh Gad has a lot of crappy credits to his filmography.
He did more than 4 things.
Well, he did
Frozen,
like,
Frozen 2, Beauty and the Beast.
And the Book of Mormon. Done.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
Oh no, he was also in
The stage play.
the one Midnight Murder on the Orient Express.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I want to. You watched it?
I've seen part of it. It was pretty decent from what I saw.
The movie looked like it would be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
I think it was on
he's
like
just
Netflix
somebody
or
that I actually don't understand how he's as popular as what he is.
He was in Frozen.
In Pixels.
Like that's
literally what's made him.
it. Like
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know where he came from. I feel like he came from a fairly popular TV show. I could be wrong.
Wait here. It says that he came up from the depths of hell.
How could a snowman come from the depths of hell? Come on.
He has his
Seriously.
own story, Marvin. Haven't you seen?
Not initially.
It was tough, but he made it.
I gotta be honest with you. The funniest part of all of that was how innocently Brendan threw out that he has his own flurry. Like, that was like, you not realize like how real that is?
I'm a parent. I've seen Frozen many times.
But yeah,
Jesus.
Josh Gad, he sucks. I'm sorry, and I'm not looking forward to this reboot or whatever it is.
I've got a topic here that you might be looking forward to.
Nope,
You're not?
I don't know.
You know exactly what it is.
I
huh?
don't, because I'm not looking at the topic list at the moment.
Bastard. American Horror Story 1984 is the next. I thought the show was done.
No.
No,
It's still going?
The guy that was on it for like almost all the seasons, he's like not on it.
he's not on this one. No.
Yeah.
Who, the showrunner?
No.
Talking about Quicksilver.
Yes,
you're
Quicksilver.
thinking of Evan Peters.
Evan Peters.
Yes, that guy.
Oh.
Because Jessica Lange stopped a while
No,
ago.
she came back though.
Did she come back?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you watched it.
I've seen the first season.
Okay.
Oh, the first episode.
I've
First
seen.
season, yeah. It was the first season. Murder House.
I've seen every season.
I've seen a little bit of Murder House.
Yeah,
I saw Asylum. I really liked Asylum.
Yes,
I started watching
that was
Asylum and I was like, this is lame, and I stopped watching.
Ooh.
good. It was actually really good.
I didn't like it.
Objection, bro.
I've seen none of this show.
We'll have to settle this in Smash.
Yeah.
It sounded like you said we're gonna need to settle this and smash, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, guys,
Yeah.
All right.
we got to
Yeah,
put
that-
that on. We got to put that on our YouTube page.
Ratings.
So okay. So American Horror Story
Yeah.
does not have any big battles,
Okay.
That's
and-
not going to do well.
and it actually
Yeah,
has a
it's,
plot.
It's
so
gonna fail. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
No.
I
I'm
haven't-
sorry.
It should be modeled after the Leftovers Big Battle Edition.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
it recently, but I've heard it's gotten a little bit more connected. Like it used to just be everything was independent, and now they're tying it back to
Everything is
American Horror
connected now.
Story
Yeah,
Shared
I haven't
Universe.
seen-
Everything's connected.
Shared universes aren't gonna make it though. Like everybody knows that.
Yeah.
It's gonna fail.
The
Mummy.
There's no way they could tie 22 movies together. No way.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna say I'm excited for it.
You would say that.
I'm excited for American Horror Story, the new season.
So what I thought was cool was that in the article that I was reading, they said that it's based off of a lot of 80s horror, which says, Stranger Things to me a lot too. But this show is usually dark, isn't it? Like, I mean,
But the show kind of
like Game of Thrones episode 3 dark.
Yeah.
the show kind of worked itself into a hole with Apocalypse.
The blue guy?
No,
Not Roanoke?
okay.
Apocalypse, the
The Ivan
Show,
Ooze guy
The
from...
show?
American
X-Men
Horror
movie?
Story Apocalypse.
Gotcha.
I mean, it pretty much ended the show, and it was in the future by the end of
By the
it.
end of that
So,
season?
It kind of ended that, like the show. I mean, there's no way to actually continue it.
Gotcha.
Parallel
That-
universe.
That I could think of, and that was the thing is that
Timelines.
they actually did do time travel more
Yep.
or less in the
Yeah.
last
Of course
season.
they did.
So, yeah.
It seems to be a thing.
By the Doctor.
I wish they would just end game it.
I mean,
This is a real Infinity War. Ant-Man and Wasp.
Can I ask your opinion?
Why don't you act your
on
Age of
something
Ultron?
about American Horror Story though, because something that kind of
Johnny
turns me
Cage.
off to media at large is when the media starts to make a bit of a somewhat of a political statement. Did you not feel that way about American Horror Story a little bit?
it's got a little bit of an agenda to it.
Yeah,
As far as like being inclusive, I guess, if that's what you're getting at.
well, I started like I I started Roanoke, and it just started feeling weird, and that's where I fell off.
Roanoke, honestly, that season was mixed. Like, it started off really good.
Yeah, like the first couple were good.
Then by
Was that the
the
one
end
that
of
had
it,
was Jordan Peele in that one? Wasn't he in one of the seasons?
I don't think so.
Oh no, wait, it was the guy that was from Westworld. Wasn't there someone?
There was somebody in. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, was it the guy from Westworld?
No, you're thinking of Jeffrey Wright. That's his name, right?
He's thinking of Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
But the guy that I want to say was Cuba Gooding, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was in Roanoke. Yes,
He was in Roanoke. Yeah.
I don't know, the show itself. I really enjoyed. What was it? Cult. I actually liked it, and that was definitely.
See, I didn't see any of Occult, and people said it was awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. So,
but I'll dive back in. I think it's all on Hulu, isn't it?
I thought Netflix had it.
It is on Netflix, so
Is it on Netflix?
I'm sure that season's on there now.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a watch.
Yeah,
It's good, man.
Going back to what you were saying though, like, just to give you an example, like Asylum took place like in the 30s, I think.
50s,
50s,
50s
maybe?
or 60s,
50s or 60s, but I don't think any of the horror tropes were like 50s horror tropes.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
It just took place in that
It just
time.
took place during that time.
Okay.
84 may actually go that route, considering the fact that it is a slasher themed one, I think.
Yeah.
So, I'm guessing it's probably going to be cheesy.
Right up your alley, though, right?
I enjoy 80s horror, yes. So.
That'll be. I'm interested for the reception of it. I mean, at this point, I haven't watched any season before, so I'm probably not going to watch this one.
It's
But just
definitely
like the others,
something
I'll
that
check out the Fallout.
it's definitely something that I enjoyed the show before.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of, I don't know. It's just like any other show when it goes on so long that I kind of start tapping out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
Like
still
Benson?
watch it.
Or Cheers?
Like Cheers. Yeah.
MASH.
Just like Cheers.
It's like anything. Movie series, yes. Marvel, whatever. TV shows, they go on too long, and I just kind of lose interest.
How long has this one been out for? It's been about 8 years.
This is like 9 or 10.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Season
Yeah.
9 or 10.
The big battles is what kills it.
Yeah.
Usually.
I'll watch it.
Usually that's what kills the 8th season.
I disagree, but all right.
I also disagree, but you know.
I also what are we talking about?
we all know what you're talking about.
Do we though, Brandon?
I'm gonna take the fifth, man. I don't want to.
Smart man.
I don't want to jump in.
Definite maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And so on that note, let's switch to the next topic.
About that Game of Thrones season 8.
No, that says The Purge. I guess you can't read.
Gotcha.
The Purge is getting another movie, which I think is ridiculous. I enjoyed the first 3, but I think this marks the 5th film. I think last year we got the first Purge. You guys keep up with the Purge movies at all?
I fell off after
Nope.
the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the first one.
First one was a big turnoff, so I didn't bother.
The first one I didn't think was too bad, but I watched it way after like the hype train had settled, so I was all like, "Oh,
It's
all right, this was all right."
but it's home
With
invasion
Cersei.
stuff.
Yeah. No, and at that time, I think by the time I watched it, there were a couple other movies that were already like that. That were
Last House on the Left.
copying it. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like the home invasion.
The Hills
thing.
Have Thighs, something like that.
Yeah,
Home
that's-
Alone.
That's a different one.
I don't know. That's one of the big ones that I think got announced recently. That's a series that I think can just die off now. Just like Saw. Did you guys ever keep up with any of those?
I
watched-
saw
One?
one of them
Yeah.
I
and
watched
part of the
several
second.
them.
Did you?
None of them are scary. It's
No.
just
It's just-
torture porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I'm
It's
not into
gratuitous.
I
Just
saw
like Final
it-
Destination.
I saw every single one of them, except for Jigsaw, and
That's the only one I haven't seen. No.
and I don't like that term, torture porn.
No, is it too
I-
dry?
No, it's one of those things that I don't understand the comparison between horror and pornography.
Well, it's
and-
not. It's torture.
It's just,
I know, but
Like,
it,
It's not horror porn. We're not saying that like we're being scared into
no,
excitement.
I'm saying
just like-
the comparison between it.
Gotcha. What were you
hyper
gonna say?
sensationalizing.
The
like,
correlation to go and put one with the other, it doesn't quite make sense. To
I get
me.
it. It's like food
Okay.
porn.
Explain it.
I think by its nature, weird, pornography is something that is fascinating to watch. It's addictive. Even just at a base level, if you're not
head nodding going on here.
if you're just consuming it and not utilizing it, it's something like that. Now, the way that Saw was sold to me originally was, this is a scary movie. And I went and watched the first one, and nothing was scary about it. I didn't get scared at all. I definitely cringed a little bit, but and I'm not trying to group anybody together or generalize anything, but most of the people that I know of, they're like, Saw is the best movies ever, are like, oh man, you know what was crazy is when this guy cut off his own foot, I would have just broke my own foot into pieces and slid it out that way. And, you know, oh, when this guy, one of his traps was he had to either gouge his own eyes out or he was going to, and it's like, that to me is like, you're going to see that, you know what I mean?
Right. And that's the thing, is that gore is not scary. It can make people uncomfortable maybe, but it's not scary. That thing would be in the same realm as like a slasher film. I don't think slasher films are scary at all. People cite that a lot of those...
Freddy, Jason.
Yeah, like Michael Myers, Jason, everybody's like, oh man, that's scary. Well, it's not exactly scary.
No, those are jump scares you get in those movies.
Yeah, like they just pop up.
I mean, and Saw does that a little bit, but Saw is a very serialized way of telling a story in a movie. And so I compared it before that it's almost like watching a TV show, and it got to that point where everyone was so connected with each other. All right, well, this movie acts as almost a season. I got to wait another year to see it. That's the way I was always looking at it.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I think I agree more with the porn like aspect of it, because you're like, you're not watching the story in between. You're trying to get to the next. Yeah, exactly, to the next big thing. It's like, oh, a head got crushed.
And according to dictionary.com, one of the definitions is television shows, articles, photographs thought to cater to an excessive, irresistible desire or interest in something.
But I'm not watching the Saw series.
That's the definition for
porn.
For porn.
But I'm not watching the Saw series for an actual like dose of gore, if that's what we're going with.
A lot of people
but a lot of I was.
That's how I'm just saying. That's how it was sold to me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And I'm not. And maybe it's because I only watched.
I mean,
the story.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I actually enjoyed the story of it and little twists and turns throughout.
Because I know that there are some callbacks in the later ones to stuff that happened in the original ones that didn't.
I'm with you.
I missed it.
Keep going. No, you're good. Sorry, Brandon.
That there are callbacks to things that happened that to me seemed disjointed.
Okay.
Like, when the dude was sitting on the safe and the kid was in there the whole time, or
which I thought was brilliant.
And I think that's great.
And spoilers in case anybody hasn't seen that.
Sorry,
they don't know which one it is.
That 14-year-old movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we already spoiled cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So,
but I feel like
might as well.
You know, one of the stories, at least to me, and at least the way that I took it, was this guy is killing 6 kids because they're a-holes, for lack of a better term. And when you get to the end of it, it turns out that they all could have worked together to get out of... This was the last one that I watched.
So they was killing kids.
So what happened was Megan... I think Megan Good was in this one. I can't remember which...
Did Megan Good make it in one of these?
No, not
Busta
that
Rhymes?
I'm aware of.
I was about to say, you might be thinking Halloween, bro.
I'm not.
Well, keep going.
Yeah, sorry.
But at the end of it, they came to this trap where all of them, the way to get out of it was it needed to put a certain amount of blood in there, and they were all supposed to be alive at the end to put all of their blood into this trap
She was
so they
in
could
Saw
all
5. Get the hell out of
No,
here.
well,
walk free.
Saw 5 was actually the one
2008.
I really hated. So
And that's, you see what I'm saying?
Saw 4 and Saw 5 were awful. I enjoyed Saw 6 a lot.
And I didn't see that one, but it was like...
It was good.
The guy that was the new Jigsaw at the time, again, spoilers, put them through hell, and that's what they showed. They didn't show really anything between...
Yes, I didn't remember her at all.
Not me. I don't remember her at all.
She's making good.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's fine.
But
what are you trying to say, William?
Her acting, not good.
Her last name, good.
I was going to say...
Skill set, not so much.
Her acting was not good.
Yeah.
With an E.
Goody?
Without an E. Because isn't her name spelled with an E?
No, it's just good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was with an E.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, well, I'm lost.
You're bad.
Screw it.
I just thought that particular movie was trying to tell two stories, and one of them was just, murdering.
I mean,
them.
let's be honest on the whole thing with Saw, though.
It should have won an Oscar.
They did not have it mapped out.
No.
All right, we got this one. We want 8 more.
Yeah, they're like, how can we go and how can we actually go and tie it into this?
And that's where I feel the torture porn part comes into, because we got to be over the top and come up with more sadistic, more creative ways to get people to see people get murdered.
Good stuff. Yep.
But some of those people died
to
in
use the word
Indiana
porn
Jones style traps. It was crazy.
Going by the definition.
Well, I don't mean to be offensive, because I know that's kind of not to say anything like a trigger word. Like, I don't watch porn, but
what is that?
To me, I feel
that's
like
the food porn, right? Where you watch food
there or a greater story there among 8 movies. I missed it, and that's just different.
There's definitely a story throughout, but yeah, I don't know if people are watching it. I said
loosely tied together.
They're not loosely tied together.
Like the Legend of Zelda series.
How many times?
They tie in very much into each other.
But how many times is it going to be like, oh, that one person that was in the dark, I was pulling off the mask, and that was the person from 2 movies ago, and it's all like, bro, it's the same trick over and over. These movies are recycled.
I've seen Scooby-Doo. I see how this works.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know how you're attacking that?
It's like, you know what? Rip the head off of someone else, and then you'll have
my attention. It's the same way I feel about your Marvel films.
For the next 7 minutes.
And that's fine.
So
I'm saying difference of
opinion. And that's fine. Yeah. But call a spade a spade.
It's not the same thing, though. I'm sorry.
It's not the same thing as Endgame.
It's not the same thing over and over again. I disagree with you guys.
I would I think I would jump in, though. I would be more interested if some of the characters got their own movies. You know what I mean? Like Carrie Elwes' character. I think he's dead now. Spoiler, sorry.
Oh.
If he got a movie just about him and what he was doing while all this was going on, that's what Marvel does, is they establish that universe.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And it feels more fleshed out.
I feel
now you're just being contrarian just because you feel attacked.
I feel like you guys are going and saying it's a generalized thing that's the same thing, and it's not.
I'm just giving.
You're like, oh, it's the same thing every movie. It's not the same thing every movie.
I'm saying how I perceive it.
Okay.
I definitely don't. I wouldn't go as far as say it's the same thing every movie, but it's definitely, if there's a story in there, I am missing it behind all the cringe and the gore and the blood.
And I'm also saying why people can give it that title that you despise.
Like, I feel like they could tell that story without all the shotgun collar and all of that.
Yeah.
Like,
they couldn't, because it is kind of essential to the actual story. There is a reason of why he is doing that, and it's played out throughout, and that story is there, but if you didn't see it, then
you have a point.
I don't know.
Because, this is going to be something that you guys don't know about, but I know Brandon will know about, the 9 series of games.
Okay.
That was basically, people were dying in there as well, too, with elaborate puzzles.
Right.
But is that kind of... I feel that those had a little more credence because it wasn't, gratuitous. It was...
Well, this is this really great movie,
I can stand by that statement.
Yeah.
And not just because I'm a gamer, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The
story could be told. You could still have people dying, but the machinations that they come up with are just Rube
and I understand,
Goldberg.
I also understand, not to cut you off,
that
the traps were based on how big of an a-hole they were. Like the dude that had to gouge his own eyes out, I think his thing was kiddie porn or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, see, I didn't know any of that.
But the traps that they have to compete with, except for the one that I was just talking about, those traps were dumb.
Yeah.
But all their traps have something to do with
their crimes
with
per
their
se.
Crime. Right.
There's themes 7.
Sort of, yes.
What's in the box?
Am I wrong? Correct me. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right, but that was kind of lost later, because the guy that took over for Jigsaw was basically doing things that people, their little games or whatever, people couldn't win them. So he was making it that the people were going to die.
The cop was the one who was screwing people over, right?
Yeah. Spoilers. So I feel that it started off one way, but it started veering off where it kind of lost focus.
I think the first one...
It still felt like a TV show.
The first one told a very decent
yeah.
M. Night-style story,
yeah.
like with the twist at the end and all that.
I didn't mind the first one.
Yeah,
but
I can agree with that.
But later on, it felt like they were trying to up the ante. And that's just my opinion.
It definitely lost its way as it went on.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys on that.
Yeah.
The one that pulled me back and surprised me was Saw 6. So I'm just still
I
going
didn't
to stand
see
by
it.
it.
Is that the one?
I never
where
saw that one.
I don't. I want to
That
say
was
Strom, but I
really-
don't think the guy's name is Strom. The new Jigsaw.
I didn't see Jigsaw.
Jigga?
This one tied very heavily into the fact that Jigsaw was dying from cancer.
Because I guess
he was dying from cancer. He could have got a life-saving treatment,
right.
potential life-saving treatment.
Breaking Bad?
He was denied by his insurance company, and that's where they took revenge against that guy that denied his coverage.
Gotcha.
It was a very topical at the time story.
I mean,
and it was very good.
I may give that a second watch, but something that threw me was the guy, the rogue agent, if you will, to save spoilers. I'm not. I'm going to ruin it.
Do it.
He killed Jigsaw's wife, the original Jigsaw's wife, with what I can only describe as like a Dr. Robotnik style
That was
torture device.
That was Saw 7, which was not good.
It took you back out of it.
Yeah. So
Saw 6 brought you in.
So
Seven
Saw
took you
6
back out.
got me back into it. Saw 7 was a cheap and dirty.
Yeah.
I need the
thing.
Cliff Notes on which Saws to watch, man.
Yeah.
You
And-
got the insight.
Not only that, that was the one with Chester Bennington. And
Oh, really?
and
Oh,
Saw
yeah, I did see
7.
that one. Yeah.
And he was like stitched to the seat, and he
Yep.
was like
R.I.P.
ripping his
Chester.
back
And
off.
it ripped. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it looked bad. Like it
did.
wasn't disturbing at all.
I've seen-
because
I
it looked
really
way
have seen
fake.
way too many of those movies.
In the end, it
Again,
didn't even matter.
It didn't exactly right. Yeah.
He tried so hard. Got so far.
Shout out to Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chester.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chester.
Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up.
Man, I just become so numb.
And with that being said, let's move on to our next topic.
Like seriously, it went on way too long, and also it went away from the Purge into Saw.
And that's
like,
fine. It
yeah.
was a better
I'm sorry.
conversation.
Yeah,
I mean,
my
it-
mistake.
that was
I'm
deep.
sorry.
No,
like,
the
way-
Purge was literally just to say that movie needs to end. Jojo Rabbit. You guys know what this is?
I do.
Do you?
It's about a kid that has a imaginary friend. And it's-
Don't say who the imaginary friend is just yet.
okay.
But I'm glad you do know.
It's a retelling of Winnie the Pooh.
Is it? It feels like it is. If I'm being honest.
It could be. I don't know.
But this is a film that is being directed by Taika Waititi.
Yep.
You guys know who Taika is?
Yes.
Do you know who Taika is? All right, perfect. His screenplay is also
I
by
nodded.
Taika. This is based on a book called Caging Skies. This actually has a pretty good cast, if I'm being honest. But I will let Adam continue on and
Go,
tell
Adam.
you who his imaginary friend is,
His imaginary friend is Adolf Hitler.
played by Taika.
Yeah.
This took a weird turn.
This went left.
Yeah.
During World War II, a lonely German boy discovers that his single mother is hiding a young girl in their attic. Aided only by his idiotic imaginary friend, Jojo must confront his naive patriotism. And his imaginary friend is Adolf the Hitler.
How, Sway?
Was that what you're looking at?
yeah.
Yeah. I gotta be honest with you. So it's supposed to be satirical. With Taika writing and directing this,
Yeah.
I really want to watch this. This is starring Scarlett Johansson as the mom, Sam Rockwell's in it, Alfie Allen, Stephen Merchant. I don't care so much about Rebel Wilson, but she's in there.
She's a rebel.
Yeah.
She's
I see
a
what you
Wilson.
did there. I wanna
A
hit
Rebel
you both
Wilson.
so bad.
A Rebel Wilson without a cause.
Interest in this movie, I'm assuming, has
good.
spiked once you figured out who everybody was.
Nobody else is acknowledging it. That was good, man. I
Thank
like
you.
it.
Right here up top.
Yes.
Oh, no, I heard it.
Did he leave you hanging again?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
You couldn't hear it.
Fine.
So I had to.
Gotcha.
Foley
You gotta play it
work.
up for the mic. Yeah.
Foley work.
Gotcha. Foley. Brandon, you're contemplating here.
I'll give anything to watch. You know, I'm not
Just like Mikey.
A-list.
I'll try anything.
A-list.
I'm a huge fan of having A-list, by the way.
Yeah,
But
brought to you by
it's
AMC.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, no, brought to you by my wallet. They're not sponsored.
I don't know. I mean, it could be good. I don't know if it's for me. Like,
You don't like Hitler?
I mean, like,
no. No. I can't.
There's
believe
only one way to answer that question.
You
definitely
held on for quite a while.
What that was just giving Marvin that look of I can't believe you just asked me that.
That's not true.
Forum.
For those of you who can't see what was going on,
9.
he was over here doing the scales. Well, do I? Don't I?
Hopefully they'll link my socials so you can see what I look like, and that'll explain a lot.
You're a little Jewish white man.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Aren't you a banker?
Clearly.
What did the black white supremacist?
Brandon Hornstein?
Was it
Clayton
Clayton
Bigsby.
Biggums, right?
Clayton Bigsby.
Bigsby, my
Yeah, no, that is not me. No, Hitler is bad. I feel like this is.
Life to the audience loses it. Awesome.
I feel like this is. I forget what the term is, but it's taking something bad and like trying to humanize. It's like humanizing.
I think more humor.
Yeah,
right, and isn't that satire? Like
I'm
the
pretty
idea of
sure
taking something serious.
I'm pretty sure
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, like, I'm pretty sure that this is meant to be funny because of the fact that, I guess, what do you say that Hitler is going to be an idiot?
Yeah, his idiotic imaginary friend.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's going to.
I would hope
make an ass out of.
Yeah, I would hope it's
Hitler.
like absolutely slapstick because you have to be very careful. Like Rick and Morty tried something like that with Abradolf Linkler. You know what I'm talking
Really?
about?
No, I've not seen this. That's funny.
Rick had done he fused the DNA of Abraham Lincoln and Adolf Hitler. It's hilarious. Watch the episode. It's,
it reminds me of like Inglourious Bastards. Like even the
yeah.
Hitler in there was like a little goofy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
and he got lit up.
yeah. He
like
did.
the imaginary friend Hitler can't be the hero of this movie.
Yeah.
Like that would just make me a little uncomfortable.
You're rooting for him.
Yeah,
Take him
right.
out, eh? Yeah. Wait. Yeah, I could see how that could go south.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go there.
Yeah, me either.
So
No.
Well, I that's one film that I definitely interested in seeing.
Is there media out there on it? Like, are there trailers?
I have not seen anything on it. You showed a screenshot just a little bit ago, right?
Yeah.
This is supposed to come out in October. Let's ask
October.
Let's ask the tube, right? Jojo Rabbit trailer.
See, every time I saw JoJo, I just thought Bizarre Adventure every single time. That's all. I was like, JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
Yes.
No trailer.
which I actually saw, I think one episode of that. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, that's one of the things you gotta see from the beginning.
No, I saw it from the beginning, and the dog farting in the guy's face or in people's faces, like I don't get it.
So
You just gotta let your mind go when you watch those, man.
That's my Saw. Like, there's something there. It's ridiculous, but it's there.
I watched like 3
You're wrong.
episodes.
It was me, Dio.
And I just checked out. So
is that what are we talking about? Is that
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
It's anime.
It's a manga that became an anime that got rebooted in like 2012.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix or.
If it's on Netflix, I'll have to add it to the queue.
Yeah,
and it also had a fighting game.
It did.
Yes, several.
It did.
Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
So my next, I'm going to combine 2 topics here. Do you guys celebrate May the 4th? And I'm asking all of you that because Adam and Marvin, again, for those who are uninitiated, you guys are Star Wars fans overall, and then
former fans.
Yeah, I was about to say you guys have fallen off the horse, right?
I'm aware of the series.
Brandon, you a big Star Wars fan?
I would say yes.
Yeah. So you love the prequel trilogy too?
Parts of it.
Okay. How about
Misa
disappointed? How about the newer stuff? Force Awakens and the last terrible Star Wars
I didn't have the same problems with The Last Jedi that other people had with it.
Gotcha. The script.
So the big battle didn't bother you?
What big battle?
the slowest space race ever?
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous.
Finn going on his side quest?
Yeah, there were definitely some
doing Finn stuff.
You'll never get me.
I'm definitely not saying it wasn't the best Star Wars movie by a stretch.
So you're saying it wasn't Empire?
It definitely wasn't Empire.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
Empire, the show?
I could honestly go.
Yes.
I could go and
Terrence
say
Howard.
it was probably my least favorite Star Wars movie.
More than Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I think that's a safe bet. The Last Jedi
had
is
the cool
the
end
worst
sequence.
Star Wars film I have ever seen. Hands down.
You haven't seen the Christmas special?
No.
Ewok
Is that
movie?
a film? Oh, I did see that. Worse than that.
Have you seen the spin-offs, the Battle for Endor, and what's the other one?
The Wicked Ewok Adventure.
Battle for Endor. I think I saw that one.
And you know what? I actually enjoy those.
I thought those
I
were
thought they were
fantastic
entertaining.
films.
So
I mean,
I think I remember.
what was I had one though. Oh man, Solo.
Rogue
Have you
One?
seen Solo?
I have, my friend. I have seen Solo. and
Solo
I
is
hate,
not bad.
I hate The Last Jedi so much more than Solo.
Really?
Yeah.
Solo is not bad in my opinion.
I haven't seen
didn't-
Solo yet.
I liked some of the production value on Solo. I got to tell you, I don't remember anything that happened in that movie. And I thought, what's her name? Khaleesi was like useless. Like she didn't act at all. She just showed up.
Did she move her eyebrows?
I mean, she doesn't have a choice. Those things weigh a ton. They're
acted.
constantly pulling her face down, and she has to
I
push.
feel like
them
all
back
your
up.
listeners are gonna be like, "Never have him back again." He's defending.
So,
the Last Jedi.
So you thought Solo was better?
Solo is a really dark movie too.
It was hard to see. Just like
Yeah.
episode 3.
Episode 3 of Gear.
No, dude, like the natural lighting. The natural
was a dark
lighting
film.
in that movie, like it's just I don't know. It's an
You
odd
saw what the
look.
directors wanted you to see.
Yeah, nothing. And unfortunately, that was still too much for me.
I feel like it was one of those things that was kind of set up to make Han Solo look a little bit smoother than he actually was.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I
let's be-
don't
think we
I
needed
didn't
it.
get that at all.
I don't want to get lost in that or
No,
whatever.
yeah, I
but
wanna go there.
I just
we're
I
losing
didn't like the little things that they tried to button up to be like, well, this is why this was the thing.
That's what I'm
and this was
saying.
that.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Is
I
they just
didn't
want to
enjoy it.
explain
Every little thing.
Yeah, I didn't.
Last name. I don't have one. Solo it is. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Snow.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyways.
exactly.
Han
it's-
Snow.
It wasn't any worse than what any other movie does.
Boyfriend of Dragon Lair.
I mean, it really wasn't worse than anything that any other movie does that. That's a prequel. So that's the problem with prequels, is that it's a lot of stuff that you may already know.
Yeah.
Again, harsh picking for the sake of picking.
No, I
It
mean,
was
I'm not
it was
a Star
it was
Wars
entertaining.
fan. I'm not a Han Solo.
For-
like, I don't
for
think he's
2
the coolest
hours.
guy on
And
the
the thing for
planet.
me is I
People love
think
Han Solo.
Han Solo is awesome, but
Yeah, I think he's a great
I've got Han Solo underwear.
character. I mean, I am a fan of Han Solo personally, but he's not. I would say he's not my favorite Star Wars character.
no.
No.
Jar Jar
Anyways,
Jar
Binks.
Jar. Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally,
Miso, love him.
totally. I lose my mind on the Star Wars ride at Disney World when he hits the screen.
When he gets on there.
It's bananas.
They're like, whoa, this stores are porn.
We're done. We can go back to the hotel.
Call it a day, guys. Call it a
Nice.
day.
Call it a day.
So it's been confirmed that the next trilogy of films, which start in 2022, or at least the first one, is going to be written by the guys that write
What, DMB?
The
Game of Thrones.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought it was the guys that wrote Young Einstein,
Which
which
I
would have
forgot
been
that was a movie, and I
which
don't
would have
remember-
been Yahoo series.
Yahoo. There we go. I was like, did he write it? He wrote that? Of
I'm
course he
sure.
did.
I'm
had
sure
to
he
have.
did.
Sorry about that. It was in my confusion.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the writers for which are what, David Benioff and
Something Weiss.
something.
David.
Yeah,
something.
David.
Yeah, I think
David
it was
Weiss?
David, yeah.
D.B. Weiss.
D.B.
D.B.
Weiss.
Weiss.
That's what it is. You guys, I know, watch Game of Thrones. Marvin and Adam.
Yeah.
We're gonna. Man, I'm so looking forward to our Game of Thrones review, which will come. Brandon, do you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh man, you gonna do that to me like publicly?
Oh,
Right
you
here.
might be lynched for this one.
On blast.
He said Lynch.
See that?
hint, big hint.
Black.
He's Jewish. A little Jewish white guy.
Not by,
He's like 4 feet tall.
not on.
But you got
purpose.
handles.
Not on purpose. So you've never watched it on purpose.
It's
just been on in the background?
No, I didn't have HBO until very recently.
Okay.
Again, hints as to my upbringings.
Hey,
gotta-
Jewish.
I gotta
Saving
watch.
money.
I was about to
You.
say, not all of us have all of the services we utilize.
Yeah. No.
Says you.
To shorten the answer, no. I have not seen Game of Thrones, but it's not. I'm not like an elitist. Like I'm too good for Game of Thrones.
Gotcha.
But you know, say, oh my goodness, I haven't seen a thing.
I mean, I've spoken to people that like they've seen like a couple episodes of season 1, and they're like, "Yo, too much nudity," or like, you know, too much sex, or too much like violence or whatever.
There was nudity.
No point. Just a couple times. There's a man nipple or two.
I was told there was tons of nudity and zombies. That's how people are selling this show to me.
Whites.
Yeah, the whites.
There are a lot of whites.
There's a lot of whites in there.
We can't do any more of this.
Borderline.
We're crossing the line here.
We're talking about the zombies. They're called White Walkers.
The White Walkers, yeah.
Go on.
But the show's kind of closing out, right? And the writers, I think, have done a good job of adapting. I think, you know, a book to a screenplay. Screenplay, is that what it's called?
To a TV show.
Yeah, to a TV show.
A TV adaptation by Stephen King.
Sweet. No, not by Stephen King. But I'm interested to see in what they do, because this isn't going to be based off of anything, right? To my knowledge, prior to Disney buying out, or everything that was written prior to Disney's buyout for Star Wars was no longer canon. And they never went back on that, right? So anything that's considered Star Wars canon was anything written after Disney purchased all
they
of the
go
LucasArts
back to
crap.
stuff, but I will say episodes 7 and 8 are not Lucas's original 7 and 8.
Definitely no.
Okay.
Right. Now there's stuff that they'll take from, because Star Wars, much like Sonic fans, Tyvek, are very passionate about their expanded universe. So they'll take something here and take something there, and
that they'll just gotcha.
My bad. Sorry.
No, you.
They'll make it canon,
Yeah.
you know, to please the fans, so
Gotcha,
to speak.
gotcha.
But
Okay.
yeah, these haven't. I don't think these exist on paper yet.
All right.
At least to my knowledge.
All right. So with these guys writing an original kind of story for Star Wars, are you guys looking forward to something fresh and new? You know, in 4 years? No, 3 years, right? It's 2019.
Because I know exactly what's going to happen. The cycle's going to start all over, and we're going to see something every year again, and I don't want that.
It's every other year.
Yeah,
that's what they say now.
22, 24, 26.
That is what they say now.
Oof.
I doubt they're going to go back to that.
If it does well, they also said, we're going to hold off for a while.
Well, I mean, Disney has a lot of stuff in their back pocket right now.
A lot of Star Wars stuff.
A lot of stuff in the works.
But in Disney's defense, they are holding off.
I mean, 3 years for a project. No, you're right. I agree that as far as films go, but it's not like you're not going to get your flurry of Star Wars crap in between then, because they've got, I think, 3 shows in the works, and I read earlier today that there's a rumor that there's a 4th that they haven't announced yet. So it's like, okay, this feels like what they're doing, or what they did with the Marvel stuff. Like, hey, I enjoyed the movies. You don't need to give me, what is it, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., what's the other one that bombed, and then all of the stuff on Netflix.
Agent Carter.
Yeah, that's right, Agent Carter.
The Inhumans.
That didn't bomb, though. I think people actually enjoyed that. It was just
people actually
short-lived.
like that.
Yeah.
Inhumans didn't.
And that's what I'm talking about. That crap. Yeah. So it's just like, I don't feel that they need to keep going with all that extra stuff. But I mean, I am glad that the films at least are taking a little bit of.
Well, they have enough in the portfolio now to where they can pace themselves.
Yeah.
You have to think back when Star Wars was an every year thing, as recent as a couple years ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, what, 2 years
there
ago?
wasn't. I don't think they had much in the pipeline. Now they got all these live actions coming out, and they got the Marvel universe and Star Wars, and they got the streaming stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, they're making Disney
busy.
as a company is making a hard push in the tourism industry right now.
Yeah.
Like, a harder push, but
Giggity.
Giggity. Let's see here. We can knock that off. My gosh, I've got 2 big topics. I'm going to skip out on one of them. I want to ask you guys this question. Yeah, you see us on time?
Yep.
My question for you guys is this, right? Everyone here has seen Avengers Endgame. You've watched it, except for the first couple minutes you missed out on.
Minutes, yeah.
That's what happens when you decide to take a dump at the theater. I'm going to say spoilers right now. I think at this point it's safe to. I feel like the internet has ruined it completely for everyone. Yeah, that's right. We ruined Saw and Cliffhanger, right?
Yep.
So by the end of the film, Cap gives a shield to, what the hell's his name?
Falcon.
Thank you. I was trying to remember his actual name, not the hero name.
Anthony Mackie.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's actually
Sam Wilson.
right there.
Sam Wilson.
yeah.
Thank you. There we go. So he gives the shield to Sam Wilson, right? Says, "Hey, it's yours from here forward," or whatever. What are your guys' thoughts on, right, Anthony Mackie instead of what's his name, Bucky Barnes, Sam Wilson instead of Bucky Barnes carrying the shield, being the new Captain America?
It happened in the comics.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It works out for me.
On top of that, Sam Wilson is just a ridiculously American name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
not Bucky Barnes.
Also American. Steve
Bruce
Rogers,
Banner.
also
Yeah, exactly.
American. Yeah. But, it's the way the comics went. But Winter Soldier was Cap for a while, too.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
what I was gonna say. They're stepping over that.
Yeah, they're probably bypassing that one, and with whatever reasons they have. But
I think that's partly. I think that's because it's also it's for two reasons, right? It's that they're trying to jump to what's current in comics. I think they're just kind of fast forwarding to that, and then two, it's the social relevance. I mean, the fact that like Black Panther did great, you know what I mean, and the timing of Black Panther's release with the equal rights like movement and everything, like I think it kind of worked in its favor too. So I think the idea that like, all right, well, why don't we put another like strong African American symbol kind of at the forefront here, and this is their opportunity to do that moving into the next phase, because Captain Marvel's white as hell. Like, sorry, there's no ethnicity going on there. Spider-Man, another white kid.
Well, depending on the Spider-Man you're talking about.
yeah, right.
Yeah, my bad. The movies not animated because Miles
MCU
Morales aside,
Spider-Man.
exactly. And then
Even though they made reference to Miles.
yeah, very small. And then what was Guardians of the Galaxy? Steve Quill is the leader of that group. White
Peter
dude?
Quill?
Peter, what did I call him?
Steve Quill?
Yeah, Stephen Quill.
The dollar
Peter
store
Quill, same
version?
guy. Yeah.
His name is Starman.
The Five Below version. But him. I think that that's kind of the idea here as well. So, but with that being said,
I mean, hopefully it's because they actually believe in him and his character, and that it's not just a social push.
I'm sure we'll see it on
You could make the same argument about the all-female casting on certain movies.
Cliffhanger.
yeah. I mean,
by
I
no
think
means am I saying
did.
that any group is more marginalized than any other group.
Yeah, no.
Let me say that just to clarify. But yeah, it's definitely, as long as the content works.
You said there's an agenda.
Yeah,
The content
kind of is.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Hopefully, it's just that they actually believe in that's where the character should go, not just because
Well, and
this is what we need to do right now.
I think that
whatever.
You're right. I mean, I think that's what it should be, and that's what I'm hoping it is. I like the idea, right, of a film titled Captain America, and it be a black guy up there. Like, realistically, I was like, as soon as
it says something if Steve felt that Sam was more worthy of the shield
than his
Bucky.
best friend Bucky, exactly. So
he's like, you only got one arm, you can't use this.
One metal, or not vibranium.
And you may have been a brainwashed assassin too.
As a black guy,
What?
I would hope
There's no color.
I would hope, man, your listeners hate me. I would hope that the only reason to go see Captain America as a black guy is not just because it's Captain America as a black guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
It'd be a good movie.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll get that. So my question for you guys is this: do you guys think Anthony Mackie has enough star power, charisma, skill to carry the shield?
You saw what he did in 8 Mile, man. I think he can do it.
I hope.
I think so. Yeah.
You think so?
I do believe so.
I think
yes.
he can.
I think that Disney and Marvel as a whole has done more with less. I mean, let's be real. They
made Iron Man interesting.
rejuvenated Robert Downey Jr.
They did, but let's be honest. For anyone who's watched film before, Robert Downey Jr. wasn't a bad actor.
I don't think he was.
but
he had fallen off.
He had fallen off, and Iron Man was a C-list character.
And that aside, like, I mean, again, that sure, like, I completely get that, but I'm talking about Anthony Mackie's skill set as an actor.
I think he can do it.
I don't think he does.
I think he can do it.
I think he can.
And so
I can't wait to
looking at his filmography, right? He was in 8 Mile.
He was in
Abraham
Pain and
Lincoln.
Gain.
He was in The Hurt Locker. And
he was good in Hurt Locker.
And he's done a lot of supporting roles, right?
Yeah.
Which, okay, fine. And I get that, like,
You got to crawl before you walk, man.
Yeah, and I understand, but like when I think of, remember when what's his name, Terrence Howard played Rhodey, right?
Yeah.
When that casting was announced, I watched Hustle and Flow, and there was something else, and I think Terrence Howard is actually like a pretty good actor. So when they announced that he was going to be like in this movie, it was all like, oh, okay, like sure, he can pull that off. I think he deserves.
Never thought he could.
I think he deserves to be in the forefront of something because I think he's a better actor than just being a side character. When they announced even Chris Evans as Captain America, I was like, you know what, the guy's charismatic enough. Like, I think he has enough, whatever it is,
charisma.
To carry, the film as Cap. And I didn't even enjoy the first Cap film. It wasn't until the second one, but that's something else, all entirely. But when I look at Anthony Mackie, I thought he did good in Pain and Gain. I thought he did good in Hurt Locker. But even based off of the roles that I think he did well in, I don't see him as the lead actor in something like that big.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Like Henry Cavill.
I think it depends on...
Did you ever think Henry Cavill, when they first announced him, that he could be Superman?
I had to watch that, what was that?
That Count of Monte Cristo?
No. I completely forgot he was in that. I had to watch that one about the gods in order to...
Oh, gosh, yeah.
And what's messed
Immortals
up is that...
or whatever.
But there's a difference with what you guys are saying. You said about Henry Cavill being Superman. Mm-hmm. Would you have expected, him to be a good Superman, whatever? Anthony Mackie has already been a superhero in the Falcon.
And I think he could. Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think it's really.
Tell me a lot about you guys right now.
No,
tell me a whole lot.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think it's really been shown yet to see if he can. So I mean, I have no opinion on it whatsoever.
And I agree with that. Like, and I'm going to actually run off of that a little bit, where I don't think he's shown you enough that he can be like the guy to carry that shield. For him to kind of run off with it. Like, unfortunately, they gave Bucky that opportunity in The Winter Soldier. Like, you watch these two go toe-to-toe, and yeah, the dude's got a robotic arm, but then you've got another character here that can fly and has drones that can shoot off of his back, and I'm like, yo, in the end, if one of them had to fight the other, I'm sorry, I think Bucky Barnes would have beat, what's his name, Sam Wilson down. So it's like, but... that's more character than it is actor. When I'm looking at, again, the filmography that Anthony Mackie has, and I've seen the range of his acting, I just don't think he has enough charisma to carry an entire film where he's the lead guy.
What else has Sebastian Stan been in?
Yeah.
These movies.
Yeah. And here's the thing: I don't think we're going to see them in a movie because they're getting a Disney streaming platform series.
What's his name?
It's Bucky, Sam and Bucky.
Are they really?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah,
and that's where we're gonna see him as Cap.
I think the Captain America.
It's Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the name of the.
Yeah, and even with all my criticism, or like this is just me, kind of expressing my opinion. I think it's kind of cheap then to go ahead and give the shield to this character and be like, and from here we're gonna go ahead and put you on our streaming platform. No more major releases for you. It's like what?
But as I said before, I don't think that this is gonna limit him.
Yeah.
At all. I think there could still very well be a Captain America film with him. I think this is just going to be a midway.
Phase 5?
No, it'll be like a midway between the next Captain America film. I don't think that they're going to not have Captain America.
Okay.
In a standalone
he'll show up in
film.
movies and ensemble.
Yeah,
movies. He may get his own movie. But I also think that they could play up the fact that he's been a supporting actor for a long time, stepping into a main role.
Yeah.
Like, they could use that to drive the story.
Yeah.
As a supporting character stepping into the main role.
And you're right. They could do that. And that could be how they
I think that would be a very
that.
interesting story to tell.
Yeah.
I was trying to find out what the heck else did Sebastian Stan do, because I was all like, that dude's got a weird face. Like,
you were ready to give the shield to Sebastian Stan.
No. To Bucky, not to Sebastian Stan.
But you feel that Sebastian Stan would have the charisma?
But no, not at all. Like, I'm saying that.
I don't know.
That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped and said, oh, wait, never mind, because I'm getting lost in the characters, not in the actors. Like, because, again, the character of Bucky Barnes, I think, is different than the character of Sam Wilson. But not having that discussion, talking about the actual actors. Like, Sebastian Stan, he did one of the Cloverfield movies. I think he did Paradox or whatever, which like he sucked in that movie.
Sebastian Stan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't see him on that.
Clover, was he not? Maybe
no,
I'm convincing him.
He was on I, Tonya, Logan Lucky.
Confusing him. You
The
know,
Martian.
I'm confusing him with Zemo, the guy who played the bad guy. He was
Zemo,
in the Cloverfield movie.
Zemo?
Yeah.
Zemo, yeah, exactly. The best drink ever. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. And we've got some stuff that'll carry over the next week. We've tied you guys up for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hasn't been that long. I'm having a blast.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was when I saw the actual time, I was all like, "Oh, wow, we've been here a bit."
Yeah.
We did want to give a shout out, or I guess a rest in peace to Peter Mayhew, the original Chewie, right?
Yep.
He passed away a couple weeks ago. It's unfortunate. I think the role had been passed on, though, right, to another guy.
It's been another guy.
It's been another guy. He was him, and I think he was in episode 7.
both,
he was doing like some of the parts,
some of the
but
parts,
a lot.
but after
Another
that,
guy was
yeah.
using a lot of the other actiony stuff.
Gotcha.
Because he was just up there in
Yeah,
age.
And I think we posted this on Instagram as well. So, did you guys have anything you want to close out with? And with that being said, remember, guys, you can always.
That was a good Chewbacca, right?
That was fantastic. That was
It sounded like you're
fantastic.
trying to be Cleveland.
Is that what you got? I got a muffled Pee Wee Herman pillow over the face. I was like, why are you trying to saw him?
It's funny because it could have been Cleveland and it could have been Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
Now you guys point that out.
Yeah.
Pee Wee.
I heard it was Cleveland.
Yeah.
I definitely heard
Cleveland
Chewbacca,
Herman.
man.
You heard? Yeah.
Thanks.
Definitely heard Chewbacca.
You can find all of us at innerhonestopinion.com. I am Will. You can find me on Twitter at Krypton's Will.
You can find me at The Artful Gent in Krypton's Will. He'll get to me.
Oh, so right now? All right. You can find me on Twitter at Adam_analyzes.
I was about to say, no, that's not.
In
And by the
Krypton's
way,
Will.
and by the way, this is
The story of a girl.
crap. What was the,
While you think about that, Brandon,
What
thank you so much.
what
No
was my
problem. I had a
superhero
blast
name?
being here. It was a lot of
Taser
fun.
Spider.
He said he wasn't going to forget it. Would you say? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it was a lot of fun to be here again. I'm hoping I get to come back, but hopefully you guys don't hate me.
No, you're good.
No.
You have anything to
definitely.
plug? Any projects you're
man.
working on?
I am at Objection, spelled phonetically, literally everywhere. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever social
forgot that's a
platform
thing.
exists, except for LinkedIn.
MySpace.
I am at Objection on MySpace.
Yeah, okay, all right.
yeah.
But you can find me through The Artful Gent.
In
Um,
Krypton's Will.
but yeah, there'll be some
You'll be tagged in
content
this
coming.
episode. We got you.
Yay!
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I hope I get to come back and do it again.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Appreciate it. Other than that, guys, remember you can comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And then, Adam,
Yeah.
you were going to say something?
I totally forgot my superhero name.
Oh,
Play the music.
Warface.
Warface.
War-
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Like, I'm trying to think of it, and the more you try to think of it, the more you can't think
You
of
kept wanting to say Alanis Morissette. I get it. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
it. Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna drop a pun.
Do
So-
it. Do it.
Jagged Little Pill. Done.
Isn't it ironic?
Done.
Yeah. Let's see, I was waiting for that to come around.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Whatever, yeah.
Cheers.
Good night.